Okay, this is linear equation video 2, and I have the same information here as I do on video 1, where this is the formula for a linear equation, which means it's an equation that makes a line on a graph using points, and then the variables mean m equals slope, b is the y-intercept, and the x and y simply represent a point on the line. So let's look at what all that means. In this situation, we are given y equals 5x plus b. We're asked to find b, and we're given a point. So this doesn't look like very much information, but remember what everything means here. This x and this y is a point on the line. Well, look at that. They gave us a point on the line. So we can plug in these values, because a point on the line is always x and y. The 3 can plug into here. The 2 can plug into here. And now we have a lot less variables. We have more numbers. And we only have one variable. So we are going to plug in for y, this y, which is 2, equals 5 is always there, times our x, which is 3. And that's plus the b. We're solving for the b. Okay, so let's multiply this, which is 15, because we want to do as much math as we can before we rearrange our equation. And we're going to subtract 15 from both sides, so we can isolate the b. 2 minus 15 is a minus 13. 15 plus 15 minus 15 is 0. So negative 13 is b. Which means our y-intercept, or b, equals negative 13. So what does that mean? Our y-intercept is a point on the y-axis that where our line crosses the y-axis. So it's a point on the line, on this line, where it crosses the y-axis. So our line crosses the y-axis at negative 13, which is down here in the dredges here, 11, 12, 13. And how do I know it's there? Because this is the y-intercept, which is a point on the line, meaning x is always 0, and in this case y will be negative 13, according to our linear equation. Alright, we can now draw a line using all this information. We can start on the y-intercept and build a line with the slope, or we can start on this point that we were also given. Let's do it that way, because our negative 13 is so far down. Oh, and you can't even see it. It falls right out of the video. Okay, good to know. Now, let's use this point, 3, which x is 3, 1, 2, 3, y is 2, 1, 2. They're both positive, so we went to the right and then up. So that's a point on our line. We're going to use our slope, which is 5, over 1. Why is it over 1? Because any whole number can be put over 1 as a fraction. And we write it that way because slope is rise over run. And that's how we can find more points on our line. So we start with the point we're given, 3, 2, and we climb 5 because it's a positive 5, so we go up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the rise, and it's a positive 1, so we go to the right 1. And there's another point on our line. We do it again, 1, 2, 3, roughly 4, 5, to the right 1, it's roughly right there. We can also do exactly the opposite, so we can have more points on the line, meaning we make 5 negative and 1 negative. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so these are the same slope. Let's start on our point again, the 3, 2 point, and go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over to the left, this time 1, and that gives us another point. We can do it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go to the left 1, which gives us another point, and now we can draw an entire line. So, here we go. Aren't we slick? That's not a very good line. Alright, that's one example. Let's go over another one really quick. And this is all going to go away. Let's look at this one. I have the same information at the top, but in this example, we're given a point on the line again, and we're given a slope of -3. So we got a point on the line, and they're saying find the equation of the line. Well, we're going to take our formula. This is not an equation yet, it's just a formula. And we have to plug in as much information in our formula as we can. But what do we need? To have an equation of a line, you have to end up with a number here and a number here. You do not have to put numbers here. You can put numbers there to help you find other values. But ultimately, your equation of the line will just be y. There will be a number here. There'll be a letter x, and there'll be a number here. Okay. What do we know? We're given a slope. Well, that's a big help because slope is m. Okay, that's nice and easy. So let's plug that in. We have y equals slope -3 x plus b. Well, darn it. We have not quite an equation yet. We still have to find a value for b. Well, we can do that because we're given this 4 and this 1. So we can plug in 4 as x. And we're going to multiply that by our slope, which we were given. We're going to plug in the value for y, which is this value here, 1. And then we're going to do plus b. And look at that. We did one of these problems already. We multiply that. That's -12. I'm going to go up here. 1 equals -12 plus b. We do the opposite. Since 12 is subtracted from this side, we're going to move it to the other side of the equal sign by adding it back now. It's 12. And we're going to add 12 to both sides of the equation. Got to keep it balanced. So now we have 13 equals, since minus 12 plus 12 is 0, that is a 0, 13 equals b. How funny is that? Alright, so we know our b value, which is the y-intercept. So what we have for the equation of our line, let's put it up here, is y. Remember, we don't put any values in for y. We leave it as y. M, which is -3, and that was just given to us. X, that remains blank. Plus, now we have a value for b, which is 13. And remember what that means. The special b is our y-intercept, so it is a point. The point is 0, 13. That means 0 is the x value, 13 is the y value, so that y-intercept is really the heck up here in this hinterland. But that's only a point on the line. This is the equation of our line now. So when we start on that point, we're going to use this slope rise over run, which will be -3. Remember, any whole number goes over 1. So now we have a rise of -3. So we go down 3. We're going to end up on that 10. We're going to over to the right 1. Oop, there's another point. Down 3. 3 to the right 1. There's another point. Down 2, 3 to the right 1. In this case, we don't have to do the opposite. We have enough points there to make a line. And we would attach those points, and look at that. Given some more information, we were able to make another line. Okay.